All right. So, like she said, two WNBA players are starting in their own league. Right. She gets to stay in Miami for 3 months, making six figures.
Being able to make what 6 figures, being able to make 6 figures here within 3 months, being able to be housed in Miami.
Six figures within 3 months. Well, I know that sponsorship got to be hidden. They might be paid more than the WNBA. I don't know how much the WNBA, how much they get paid a year, like less than 100,000. So I went and did a little research, right, as to what this shit actually was. All right, it says WNBA All Stars launch Unrivaled, a 3-on-3 basketball league that tips in 2025. Now, we gotta talk about this because once again, this shows the disparity in business acumen and entrepreneurship between black men and black women, which is one of the main reasons black men and black women don't get along. Not that I don't give a fuck. Not that I give a fuck. Okay. I mean, this shit ain't never gonna be fixed. Black people would just, it is what it is. But as I've said before, these hoes or modern women are seeking to have some sort of independent or economic empowerment in today's age. Black men just don't want that for the most part. We just want to be comfortable, have a good job, and fucking have some dumb bitch at the crib who's not connected to the outside world, who cook and clean all day. And I'm trying to tell y'all that shit is outdated. These hoes nowadays want their own shit. They want their own business. They want their own economic empowerment, and they going for it. All right, because we have to compare this to when the NBA players, and them not starting their own league. We're gonna get to that in a second. All right. WNBA All Stars launch Unrivaled, a 3-on-3 basketball league that tips in 2025. All right. WNBA players will soon have another option for making money in the offseason. Yeah, making money. All right. Once again, hoes setting other hoes up to make money. Okay. To generate revenue. All right. On Thursday, League All Stars Brianna Stewart and Nafisa Collier announced their new 3-on-3 league, Unrivaled, will begin in January 2025. The league is set to feature 6 teams of 5 players in a compressed full court style of play. In a news release, Unrivaled touted its commitment to all players having equity and a vested interest. So these hoes establishing equity and invested interest. They say, yo, WNBA, y'all don't want to, whatever. We're going to get some ownership. We're going to get some interest going on. All right. Ownership. Once again, a foreign language to niggas. Now, somebody says, Leonson said this is the big three female version. No, it's not. The big three is started by Ice Cube, ran by outside interest, and the NBA players and the former NBA players in the big league, in the big three, are working for Ice Cube. They have no interest. They have no equity, right? The big three is just another job for them, and that's cool. But it's not the same thing as the big three. This is totally different. These hoes are establishing their own business with equitable interest. That's different than just, having somebody else start a league. Hey, come play for me. No, these hoes are taking it all. All right. It says Unrivaled touted its commitment to all players having equity and a vested interest in the league, as well as promising to offer the highest average salary in women's pro sports. These hoes finna get paid more to play 3-on-3 than they are to get paid in the WNBA. The only reason the WNBA is still gonna hit is because of the advertising and the sponsor and the endorsements. But these hoes paying more. These hoes paying more than the WNBA. All right, this is a crazy business move right here. It says the league features a variety of high-profile investors, including U.S. WNBA stars Alex Morgan, Megan Rapinoe, basketball coach Gino. I don't know who these bitches are. Whoa, former NBA All-Stars Steve Nash and Carmelo Anthony are investors. 5-time LPGA champion Michelle West and actor Ashton Kutcher are among others. Okay, they got some bread coming in. Numerous details are still being worked out, including media rights deal. But in the department, Unrivaled will have a veteran leading the charge. My thing is this: these bitches, right? They cried, they complained, and then what they do after that? So you know what? We ain't finna play no games, nigga. We got to get paid. All right, we're gonna start our own shit. Everybody's gonna have an interest in the league, right? And the reason why I gotta bring this up is because we have to compare this to the NBA. All right. Now we know NBA players make millions of dollars and endorsements and all this type of stuff, right? But when shit hits the fan for the NBA, they don't have the same tenacity and the same heart. All right, let's do a flashback real quick. Let's not forget when Kyrie Irving, right, was left out to dry by his fellow players, right? Left out to dry when he tried to say, hey, let's start our own league. Because make no mistake about it, the NBA players, right, they better not complain about nothing. They have enough money to start their own league and then some. Okay. So they can't be complaining about white owners and all the other stupid shit. They have more than enough. They got way more resources than these hoes. Okay. Kyrie Irving proposed players starting their own league and called urging the boycott of NBA season. All right. So, of course, I'm not going to read this, but of course, when he did this, he was left high and dry. Okay. And this right here shows the huge difference when it comes to modern day business dynamics between men and women, especially black men and black women. These hoes are willing to work together, take the risk, dive into entrepreneurship, not even on the basketball level. This is a microcosm of what's happening in the real world. And I see it every day. I deal with so many people every day, men, women, all races. You see who's about the business and you see who's not. Okay. Kyrie said, oh, let's start our own league. We got enough money. We can do it. We can take the risk. Them niggas left him high and dry, right? And other guys who've proposed this left them high and dry because niggas do not have as long as niggas I'll get more comfortable easier than these hoes. All right. So we see on the men's side, they cannot complain about the racism in NBA, the owners and all that bullshit. If you're not willing to shut the fuck up and start your own shit and take the risk, you can't really cry. All right. You got niggas still talking about racism in NBA and all type of shit. Well, I see these hoes starting their own shit, and the money's there too. If these niggas in the NBA started their own league, do you know how much money in advertising dollars would go to that shit? Even if it was some summer shit. And I know the big three exists, but the big three, once again, that's owned by Ice Cube. That's not player owned. They don't have an interest in that. And they're retired NBA players. Now look at this shit. See, this is the difference. With these WNBA hoes, they're active all-stars taking the risk, starting their own league. They're active. They're not saying, "Oh, we're retired. We're used up. I'm gonna take the chance." No, they're saying, "Yo, we're gonna start our own league while we're in the WNBA. While we're in there, we just fuck it. They ain't paying shit anyway. We're gonna take the risk. They're in their peak. These two hoes that started this shit are in their peak. They're all stars, and they're going down the path of saying, you know what? Fuck it. You know, these niggas ain't paying. We tired of waiting on these men. Tired of waiting on these men. Fuck it. We try to get our own money. Fuck it. Even if it fails, fuck it. We're gonna try to get our own money. All right. And this is a microcosm of what I see today. The rift between black men and black women and all that stupid shit. A lot of it has to do with the men wanting to be comfortable. I got my good job. You need to act right and be a wife. And then you got the woman who just want more out of life. They want to take the risk. They want to go into the more bitches are starting businesses. That's a statistical fact. Even if they're not, you know, even if they're not becoming profitable, when you take risks, you get sweat equity, you learn more. So no wonder why these hoes ain't respecting niggas like that, because these hoes wanted to do shit that niggas just, just too scared to do. It is what it is. All right. Some people says a very few people are gonna watch these leagues. Hey, even if very few people watch it, nigga, they got sponsorship money. All right. They got sponsorship money. Joe says WNBA gonna put it in the contract. They can't play both. WNBA ain't having that shit. You might be right. You might be right. They paying more than the WNBA. No, WNBA might clap back, be like, hey, but now if that does happen, what if these hoes go straight over to this new league and say, fuck y'all? Now they've created a rival. All right. This is a takeover. All right. For the little bit of digital real estate these hoes got, they say, oh, we want to own some shit. They're giving their players equity into the league. This is a microcosm of how these hoes are thinking nowadays across every industry, across the whole fucking country. Okay. And so niggas acting confused. Why don't you respect this? Blah, blah, blah. Because nigga, you thinking about sucking her ass all day and she's thinking about the next entrepreneurial endeavor. It's that simple. All right. All from all classes, down to the whole ass bitches, down to the corporate bitches. Okay. They're all thinking about being a boss and doing their own shit. And as a man, you don't have to do that. But niggas still acting confused as to why modern women do not respect them, with how docile us as black men are nowadays. I'm not confused as why hoes don't respect men. I'm not confused. I understand. All right. It's a myriad of things. All right. One of it is nature, part of it's nature, penis envy. The other part of it is just niggas just I mean, niggas just not doing nothing as far as on a scale that can move the needle. All right, because it just is what it is. These hoes are taking their star power in the middle of their prime and trying to start their own shit, not waiting on the okay from from Mr. Boss, not waiting on approval, taking the risk. Even if this shit fails, the risk was still taken. I just found this crazy. Like, damn, niggas should have been did this in the NBA. Yeah, so I had to point this out because once again, this whole WNBA and how these players are, how they're taking their image and their brand and taking the risk to start their own instead of waiting on corporate America or the established corporate America to propel them. Instead of waiting, they're just saying, "Hey, nah, fuck that. We're tipping off next year. Okay, fuck that." All right. So I just found that interesting because these are players. Their league, whatever it's called, Unrivaled, was founded by players, and NBA players make millions, sometimes even $1 billion, and they still have not tried to, you know, go to the next level of ownership. That's just something I noticed. All right, so we'll keep it pushing, but definitely this is a microcosm of you know black men and black women in the business world today. That's how I see it. Okay.